Test, test. Fake to give to him, and Miller on the loose left side, gets around the corner and bumped out of bounds just shy of the 30. Go for the sneak.
He didn't get it.
Miller, he's in.
Oh, yeah,
touchdown.
I didn't think he got it.
Coon Rapids defense trying to get that ball back, trailing by 7. Miller looks to throw and does on the run. Pass complete. Miller on the run right. Hops right, breaks free. Touchdown, Chanhassen. And this one goes up and over his head. And it did not get out of the end zone. Instead, he throws it back to the Cardinals.
Wow.
And it's a touchdown. On first down, the keeper by Miller stretches touchdown. And off Flannery, right side, touchdown, Chanhassen. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Armstrong High School for CTN's live coverage of high school football. It's week number 7 and a division rivalry as the Cardinals come in to take on the Armstrong Falcons. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above the action, and Howie, Cardinals coming off the first loss since week 1, but ready to bounce back against a new division rival.
2 4-2 squads coming in to meet up here tonight. Armstrong coming off a huge win last week where they scored over 50 points. It's a different team in Coon Rapids than who they faced last week. The Cardinals probably, maybe if you say a loss is good, maybe it's good to get it over with at this time of the season and continue forward. Yeah, it was a good time because not only is it give them time to recover, but their last 2 games of the season will be against their divisional opponents. The Falcons, this is their last division game. They've beaten Hopkins and Forest Lake. They want to get that championship. They can do that with a win over the Cardinals here tonight. If the Cardinals can win, then they could clinch that division championship with a win over Hopkins on Wednesday. But the Cardinals are going to be pressed. They need to be able to move the ball. The offensive line has been a big key for them all game, and they need to be able to establish things early on the line. That offensive line did not look the same like it had in the games previous last week against Chanhassen. There are some big boys up front, and if the Cardinals are going to be successful, they're going to get back to their brand of football. They're going to run the football constantly, and they're going to put pressure that defensive front 4, or front 3, I should say, of Armstrong. Well, and for Armstrong, they, as you mentioned, scored over 50 points. Their quarterback threw for 3, ran for 2 more. And he's got a great big offensive line that will lead the way for him. Cardinals get the opening possession. Good return out to the 25-yard line by Offerdahl. That's where the Cardinals will start. Cardinals had a good week of practice, Joe, this week. And, you know, they really felt that lessons learned from that loss last week to Chanhassen. Yeah, they came to go to work first thing Monday morning, and it continued on all week long. Armstrong not that big up front, so the Cardinals offensive line defensively. Defensively, correct. That's a Cardinals offensive line going to look to dominate at the point of attack. Salazar with a carry on the first play of the game, and he is stopped for no gain, trying to run up the middle. And Cardinals not opening up a hole for him and winning at the point of attack, which again will be key. Take a look at that offensive line. Roland Green, Jacob Nieslin, Ricky Soto, Quincy Taylor, and Chance Alexander. Jones, Brown, and Nawachi, the receivers. Salazar, the running back. Tyler George is the quarterback, and Caleb Ness is the tight end. A pitch trying to get around the left side on 2nd and 9, and just nothing there. And it'll be a 3rd and long for the Cardinals early. Nice job by that defense just to really close that quick little hole that opened up. Dacey and Francis with the tackle for the Falcons. Take a look at that Falcon defense. Graves, Lopez, and Brown up on the line. The 4 linebackers are Peterson, Wozniak, Francis, and Johnson. The secondary, Norman, Gates, Shepard, and Bessick. Here we go, 3rd and 9 for the Cardinals. Out of the shotgun, they try the counter, and it does not fool
the Falcons on the inside, and the Cardinals are going to go 3 and out.
Yeah, quick 3 and out for Coon Rapids. Not the way they wanted to start this first offensive drive.
Breams to punt. It's going to bounce, and now it bounces off of Norman. Norman had to scoop it back up, secure it, and he's tackled quickly by McMahon at the 35-yard line, but good position for the Falcons to start.
No, Breams just got that punt away as there was some pressure in on him, and he was able to kind of knuckle it. Decent bounce, and hitting Norman, he had to make sure he fell on it.
Falcons will come out, start out of the pistol. Breitbach, kind of a high snap, able to draw it down, fakes the give, then throws to the right side. Pass is complete, and Ty Bowman stopped after a gain of about 7.
Nice block by Nashim Lozer.
There's a look at the line. Pappas, Casperson, McHenry, Ojala, and Jamison up front, and they are big. Kamchael Bowman, better known as Ty Bowman, Nashim Lozier, and A.J. Stoker are the receivers. Handoff up the middle, and Jesse Sherwood will have a first down out to the 46-yard line.
Sherwood comes into this game averaging a little over 5 yards a carry. He's got 4 scores on the season as well, but he's one of those players that the Cardinals are going to have to keep an eye on. They're going to have to bottle him up, stop him at first contact.
Falcons wasting no time, right back to the line of scrimmage. Out of the shotgun is Breitbach on 1st and 10. Fakes the give to Sherwood, keeps it himself. He's turned around at midfield, but keeps going and falls onto the Cardinals side to the 49, a gain of about 5.
Well, a couple of missed tackles, and they have to wrap him up on first contact as well, as he's able to bounce off a couple of Cardinals and gain some additional yardage.
Cardinals, Austin Alexander, Frendarius Willis, and Matt Ammon up front. Breams, Ness, Taylor, and Brown are the linebackers. Nawachi, McMahon, Offerdahl, and Silla in the secondary. 2nd and 5 from just on the Cardinals side of midfield. Handoff goes to Sherwood, and he's going to be stopped just short of a first down. It'll be 3rd and about a yard.
We talked about, Joe, that offensive line. It goes 6'4", 270, 6'4", 270, 5'10", 260, 6'1", 240, and 6'3", 310. There's a lot of beef up front that you can see a nice hole for Sherwood to run through.
Breitbach out of the pistol again, has a couple of receivers on the left, one to the right. They look to the sideline and change things up a bit. And now Sherwood will come up and make it a shotgun formation. Fake the give to him, and blowing through the hole for the first down is the quarterback, Breitbach. He's got a first down to the Coon Rapids 39.
Now, you know, you have to be so concerned with Jesse Sherwood. Just Breitbach doing a nice job of tucking the ball in the gut and pulling it back out.
They stay with the no huddle, hurry up offense. 1st and 10 from the Cardinal 39. Fake the give again. This time he's going to throw it back, complete to Bowman. Bowman bounces off, gets a block, and is forced out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Another Armstrong first down.
Well, and that fooled Coon Rapids defense. They thought it was a run up the middle. There was no defender on the outside. And to me, it looked like he was past the line of scrimmage.
It doesn't matter. He threw it backwards.
Yeah, but was it?
If he's past the line, he can still throw it backwards. Handoff goes to Sherwood up the middle, falls forward to the 20. Gain of 4.
There's Joe Jamison, all 6'3", 310 pounds of him, number 75 for Armstrong. But I like what they're doing. I like the mixing up plays, keeping this defensive Coon Rapids off guard a little bit.
And not giving him a chance to regroup.
No.
Back out of the shotgun on 2nd and 6 from the Coon Rapids 20-yard line. Breitbach. Fumble. Cardinals have it. Breitbach had it in the stomach of Sherwood, and as he pulled it back, it came loose, and Alexander able to reel it in.
Yeah, nice job by Austin Alexander to realize where that loose football was and fall on it. But you're going to see it again. Breitbach to Sherwood. Sherwood just never got a handle on it. I think that was supposed to stay with Breitbach.
Yeah, Breitbach was trying to take it back and just lost the handle as he was pulling it free. So the Cardinals will catch a break from the Falcon offense that was marching, and they'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 24. Handoff up the middle, and again, no room to run the ball this time. Miles Taylor stopped for no gain.
Well, they've got that power backfield in right now with 3 in the backfield for Coon Rapids, and again, they're not finding the ability to open up a hole for this running game so far early on anyway.
And that has been a big key to the success of the Cardinals through their 4-game win streak, is their ability on the offensive line to open up holes and really give the Cardinals an opportunity to possess and move the ball.
Timeout, Coon Rapids. Yeah. You know, we've seen this from Coon Rapids, calling a timeout in the first quarter. You know, Coach Edwards doesn't like formation, doesn't like something that he sees, wants to make sure that his athletes are all on the same page, wants to make sure that he likes what his team is presenting out on the field. Speaking of like, Joe, I'd like people to like us on Facebook, because, you know, we like to be liked, don't you? Know, it's a good thing, but you can follow what we do on Facebook, get upcoming events, both sports and the community. So make sure you follow us on Facebook.
Don't just like it.
No, just follow us. Love it. Well, everybody loves Joe Young. You know that.
Ugh, let's not get too carried away.
I'm getting carried away.
We know who the fan favorite is.
Josh Usvig.
2nd and 9 from the 25. Back to pass and throwing, looking incomplete, but a flag comes in, and the Cardinals may get a free 1st down here.
I think he had a hand on him. I didn't see a lot of contact, but enough where the official threw the flag. We'll see it again here.
Oh yeah, Nachi.
I don't know.
I think it was just before, right at the beginning of that, he was kind of tugging at him. So another break caught by the Cardinals. This will move the ball out to the 40-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. Cardinals would like to not have to catch breaks. They'd like to make the breaks themselves.
No question.
So far, sputtering on offense, and the Falcons really flying on their opening possession until they fumbled.
Well, obviously they'll take positive gain any way they can, but you're right. They want to develop a little continuity on offense, because they had none last week. Just 30 yards of offense in the second half.
Fake the pitch. George rolls out in some trouble, throws back incomplete. Tried to get it back to Salazar on a screen, but good pursuit from the Falcon defense.
Well, and Tyler George has to make sure he doesn't hold on to the football. We saw him do that a little bit too long last week, and it got him in some trouble. We'll see it again. Good rush in on George. He's looking for a receiver downfield, good coverage, and he's just going to get rid of that football, trying to find Salazar. Again, they want to avoid 2nd and long and 3rd and long situations here tonight.
George back out of the shotgun, has Salazar in the backfield with him. They give, and a nice hole on the right side, trying to get around the corner. A stiff arm, but a good tackle will take him down at the 46 after a gain of 6. Make it 7. It'll be 3rd and 3.
That was a nice tackle by Lionel Gates, as he wasn't going to let Salazar gain that edge. And he did eventually get around the end, but watch 15 come into your picture. He's going to make sure he wrapped him up before he could gain the marker.
Well, now they will mark it at the 46, so 3rd and 4. And a big 3rd down for the Cardinals early in this contest. They want to be able to move the chains, and a 2nd timeout by the Cardinals in this opening period.
Well, again, not on the same page. And Mal Edwards, head coach for Coon Rapids, can't be happy that he has to burn 2 timeouts here in this first quarter.
Couple of birds on the field, but the Tweetist deal is online. Check us out on Twitter. You can follow us at twitter.com/CTN Coon Rapids.
Yeah, we're all over social media, not just Facebook, but Twitter as well, and of course YouTube, which we'll talk about later.
Live on YouTube around the globe.
We have a new viewer in Istanbul. I got an email then the other day.
Blitz comes and sacks George for a big loss. Ball came out, but he was down. But he's going to lose a bunch.
Well,
and this is just an overload blitz.
Yeah.
They brought everybody, and George had no chance.
Good call defensively by the Falcons.
Got to tuck that ball, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's dangerous.
Even though he was down this time. So it'll make it 4th and 17. So another punting situation. Breams. Good high punt angled toward the far sideline. Will bounce and take a good Cardinal roll. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Well, again, Coon Rapids can't take advantage of the turnover by Armstrong, and they would have loved to have been able to move the ball down the field and get points here. Now, we saw that first offensive series outside of that fumble. It was pretty good for Armstrong. They moved the ball really well. They mixed up their play calling. I like some of the plays that the coaches called there. I like the way they mixed up their run and pass.
Yeah, they moved it right down the field. Really, they only passed once. The other was, again, a lateral. So technically it was a run. Keeps it, thought about throwing, now sidesteps a tackle. Breitbach wrapped up and taken down by McMahon, but not till he gets to the 37, a gain of 6.
Yeah, he does a nice job with the fake, and the Cardinals defensively are getting fooled a little bit here so early on tonight. But McMahon with a sure tackle in open field.
Again, a no-huddle offense. Handoff goes to Sherwood, looking for room off right tackle. He'll get out to the 39. It'll be 3rd and about 2 from there.
We'll see it again. Look at the battle at the point of attack, and that's going to be the key here tonight for both teams. But that big offensive line for Armstrong, trying to move that front for the Cardinals. We're going to see a lot of action from Caleb Ness here tonight.
Fake the give on play action. Breitbach is stopped behind the line. He'll lose about 3 yards, and the Cardinal defense holds serve and is going to force the Falcons to go 3 and out.
Yeah, a big series for the Cardinals defensively. You're going to see Frendarius Willis in on the tackle, big number 50. Saw him go out last week with a bit of an injury. Obviously looking pretty good here tonight.
Matthew Jager on to punt. He'll be standing at his own 22-yard line. Good protection, gets away a good boot. And it's bobbled. McMahon looks like he's able to get back on top of it, but I don't know. It's going to be close.
Yeah, he has it. He's very fortunate. There was a red jersey right there. Very fortunate. We're going to see again come running in on this punt, and he just didn't field it cleanly. Right off his gut, and fortunately he was able to fall on it. Good field position to start this drive nonetheless, but they have to move the ball.
Yeah, their only first down through their first 2 possessions came via penalty. They go with that power backfield, and handoff goes to Miles Taylor. Second effort will get him 3 yards out to the 43.
You can see again just that battle up front. Miles able to fall forward for a few.
Stay with the heavy backfield. Handoff goes to Taylor again. He's out to the 47. And It'll set up third and about 3.
Oh, they're just trying to open enough space where he's getting, trying to get 4 yards of carry. It's a good blocking up front. Nice hole, closed fairly quickly, but a nice hole opened up for Miles Taylor.
Well, and a key will be for the Cardinals to continue to pound the rock and hopefully tire out the defense a little bit.
There you see the numbers on third down so far here early on tonight. 0 for 2. Cardinals looking to convert here.
Brown in the slot on the right side. And a false start will back him up. Another 3rd and long.
That's frustrating for the Cardinal offense.
Looked to me as if he were maybe drawn offside.
What do you know?
But I'm a bit of a homer.
Just a bit.
So now 3rd and 8 from the 42. George rolling to his right, sets, throws, incomplete, too high, looking for Nwachi. He was well covered on the play.
Yeah, tried just to lay it up over the defense, but a little bit too much over the defender, but a little bit too much on it, and the Cardinals are going to.
And they got to be careful. Mekhi Bezic, who is covering on this play, had 2 touchdown returns for touchdown last week. One for 95 yards and another for 31.
It's pretty good.
Another 3 and out for the Cardinals. And Bream's out to punt again. Low snap. It got behind him. Able to scoop it back up. Starts to run. Wants to throw. And does. Pass complete to McMahon. And he's going to be taken down. A flag comes in late.
We'll see what that flag entails.
And a legal man downfield
yeah,
will
that's
be.
What I figured. That's the second tough snap in a row on the punting squad for Coon Rapids.
And now Armstrong is going to have
really good field
awesome field position starting from the Cardinal 41. .112 remaining in the opening quarter. No score yet. Falcons come out for their 3rd possession. Moved it pretty well before turning it over the first time out. Then a 3 and out their last time with the ball. This handoff goes to Sherwood, and he is swallowed up in the backfield. He'll lose about 3. A swarm of white jerseys meeting him as soon as he secured the ball.
Austin Alexander there. Oh, I think that was Matt Ammon in on the tackle. We'll see it again here, as that didn't fool the Cardinal defense. Yep, it's Matt Ammon. The initial contact.
Breitbach out of the shotgun now has 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Wants to throw, picked off. Bream's going the other way. Breitbach, the only man who can stop him, and he's able to trip him up inside the 35. Cardinals sitting in a zone, and Bream is hurt, and that is not good.
No, I'm just not sure the way he came down. He's in a lot of pain. We got a trainer out there immediately, but I think just the way he fell. We're going to see it again. Breitbach didn't see him, threw it right to him.
No, he's just sitting in his zone, and he threw it right to him. Bream on the run. Only man to beat. Tried to cut back, and I don't know if it's a knee or an ankle, but he immediately reaches for his left leg.
I think he was grabbing his knee. Let's hope he's okay. They certainly need him.
Well, while he is attended to, we will step away. We will be back with more of the opening quarter from Armstrong after this. You're watching live high school football on CTN.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry. I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Bream still being attended to. Some smiles on from the coaching staff over there, so hopefully that's a good indicator. Hard to see exactly,
he came
but yeah,
down
he's
on
definitely
his foot.
He's definitely reaching at his left for his left knee, which is what makes contact first.
Oh yeah, he definitely grabbed his knee.
Not putting much weight on it. That is not a good sign.
Just hope he's all right. Great field position for the Cardinals after that interception by Breams.
Second turnover forced by the Cardinal defense. Set their offense up in great field position. Just 34 seconds left in the opening quarter. No score yet. Handoff goes to Salazar. He forces his way forward to the 30. Gain of 3.
Now, Joe, the Cardinals must, I believe, come away with some points because they've had a couple of opportunities with turnovers and haven't been able to convert on the first time. I think it's important, especially with the field position that they have, that they put some points on the board here on this drive.
Well, and now in 4-down territory. But again, still looking for their first down without the assistance of a penalty. A bad snap. George able to pick it up on a hop, scrambles, and then throws it away. Smart play. Will make it 3rd and long, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. We'll take a break. Second quarter coming up next on CTN.
You're on your way to meet up with friends, but you can't seem to get anywhere quickly. You don't want your friends to be annoyed, so you text. You're on your way. Five seconds is the average time your eyes are off the road while texting while driving. Make sure you get where you're going.
Back at Armstrong High School. No score between Coon Rapids and Armstrong as we get set to start the second quarter. Coon Rapids with a 3rd and 7 from the Armstrong 30-yard line. And just a lot of misfirings on both sides of the ball so far in that opening quarter. Cardinals with a couple of bad long snaps, including the last play of the quarter. 2 turnovers by Armstrong.
Well, and you talked about it. This is 4-down territory in this part of the field.
George throwing back, has Ness, has blockers out in front of him. Cuts back to the middle, hit hard as he crosses the 10, but the Cardinals will have 1st and goal from about the 7-yard line.
A great play. They cleared out that portion of the field, left Ness all alone, and George is able to dump it off to him. You see, they looked like they were going to that left, and then he just throws it back to his right.
There's guys 10 yards downfield.
Armstrong coaching staff not too happy, and understandably, because the bigs were out in front of him, and clearly I think downfield, but by the time that pass was thrown, but not called. It's 1st and goal from the 8. Handoff goes to Miles Taylor. He's wrapped up and dropped after a short gain.
See it again, just a quick give to Miles, but
only able to pick up a yard.
Good. Weston Johnson making a nice play, bringing him down.
2nd and goal. Handoff goes to Taylor. He's wrapped up immediately and stopped for another short gain, just shy of the 5-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal.
And Roland Green's hurt a little bit. He had to come out. See number 78 in your picture. I don't know if you can see him.
Down on the right.
So let's hope he's okay. A couple of injuries early on.
And the Cardinals forced to call a timeout. They're going to pick up the flag.
Yep. That's their third and final.
Cardinals may have had too many men on the field. Either way, taking up the third timeout of the half already, just 2 minutes into the second quarter.
Well, we talked about YouTube, where if you want to watch us live, you can do it on youtube.com/CTN Studios. Make sure you catch all the action if you can't make it live to the games. If you just want put Joel Yund on a loop, play him over and over again. I know there are a lot of people who do that.
3 receivers to the left on 3rd and goal from the 6. Throw incomplete.
Oh, you kick a field goal in this situation?
Pass was intended for Marshall Holland, but well behind him. And it looks like they are going to bring out the field goal unit.
Yeah, and he was open. If he was able to lead him to the outside, that would have been the score.
Alex Findlay out to attempt what will be a 23-yard field goal. Snap is good. Hold is down. It's blocked. Armstrong able to scoop it up on the run, and nobody is going to catch him. This is McKee Bessick. He had 2 defensive touchdowns last week. He's got a big one off the block punt here to start the scoring for Armstrong.
Again, the snap just a bit high, but they were able to get it down. But you got to give credit to what that special teams effort for Armstrong. They really pressured that front line of Coon Rapids, able to get in and get the block, and that ball, a little better snap than I thought originally. Kick was a little bit low, but nice block there. And as you said, nobody was going to catch him. He had hit a couple of guys behind him, making sure that nobody was going to get to him.
Boy, good speed as Bessick went 85 yards on the return to put the first points on the board. 9:44 to play in the first half. Kick is up, it is good, and the Falcons have a 7-0 lead.
A great break for Armstrong after the 23-yard field goal attempt for Coon Rapids was blocked and returned for a touchdown. And the home field happy as they draw first blood here tonight with a special teams touchdown. You see the block and again able to pick it up. Nobody is going to catch him. Miles Taylor is the closest Cardinal to him. He wasn't going to reach him. And Armstrong takes the lead. You see the amount of time left, 9:44 in this opening half. Saw a scoreless first quarter. And the Falcons able to get the first points of the evening.
Well, and a fortunate bounce for Armstrong, as that one just kind of hopped right up into Bessick's arms. And you always like it when it takes that fortunate bounce for you right into the hands of the speediest guy you have on the field.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt.
Boy, he's had a nice couple of games already. Again, 2 interception returns for touchdown last week against Jefferson, and now an 85-yard blocked field goal returned for a touchdown by McKee Bessick. Good high end-over-end kick taken from the 3-yard line. And a big hole up the middle and a great return. Nawachi upended as he gets to the 45-yard line, but a great return will get the Cardinals good field position.
Really good field position. Now they just have to do something with it. But that could have been a touchdown-saving tackle as he's able to turn on the Jets.
Perfect look here at the
right
wedge.
Up the middle of the field.
There you see it. Came down to the last man to beat the kicker, Matthew Jager, and Give him credit. He made a nice tackle. And as you mentioned, may have saved a touchdown, most likely saved a touchdown. So Coon Rapids comes out 1st and 10 from the 45. Play action, throw to Nwachi on the receiver screen on the left side.
There's a flag.
This is going to be a hold, and it's going to come back.
Dominic Jones.
And that one was pretty easy to see.
Yeah, right in front of the official. You can see it again, just the throw out to Nwachi.
Watch right there. Telestrator not functional.
Block in the back. Offense number 17.
Yeah, there you see where the block in the back occurred.
So it'll brack them up. Instead of a 6 or 7 yard gain, and they'll go back to the 35 where it'll be 1st and 20.
Yeah, that's a situation now, another first and long, a long situation for the Cardinals.
Brown, the man in motion, rolling to his right as George sets, now throws, and the pass is complete. Nwachi with one man to beat deep into Falcon territory, taken down just shy of the 15-yard line.
That was a pretty throw by Tyler George as well, and you know the speedy Nwachi coming across the middle. Good protection up front. He is going to just roll a bit to his right, but he sees Nwachi cut and he throws back. Good throw right on the numbers, and Nwachi is able to pick up some good yards before being tackled, but nice gain for Coon Rapids.
.48 yards sets the Cardinals back up in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 17. Two receivers to the left for George. Handoff goes to Taylor. Nice block, cuts back to the left, still moving. Touchdown, Coon Rapids.
Well, I'll tell you, Miles Taylor wasn't going to be denied on that run. Able to cut back, and he saw that stripe. He said, there's no way I am not going to reach for it.
And just a great job of blocking as he cut back to the left. He had a wall of white jerseys in front of him. They held off all of the Armstrong defenders.
Oh, look at that step to the outside. Again, good block.
Great
was that
block
Nwachi?
No, that was Dominic Jones.
Dominic Jones
making up for the bad block he had on the first play of the possession. And a great dive for the pylon by Taylor. The kick by Findlay is good, and we are all tied at 7.
Well, more importantly, Joe, after that 1st and 20 situation, they were able to answer and score relatively quickly to match that defense or that special teams touchdown by Armstrong.
They had to go 65 yards for a 55-yard drive, but they did it on 2 plays.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Less than a minute after Armstrong took the lead on a blocked punt or blocked field goal return, the Cardinals even it up.
Well, and it's confidence for this offense. The offense struggled a little bit last week, struggling a little bit here to start this game. Just 2 plays, 48 seconds off the clock to go 55 yards, 17-yard Taylor run. As you mentioned, Tex 10 yards on for that penalty.
Tyler George will do the kickoff. And a good kick taken just inside the 10-yard line.
Oh, nice
and a
tackle.
Great downfield tackle. Is that Adam Offerdahl? Yes, it is.
Yep.
First man to get there, and he trips him up and ends that return quickly. Andrew Stoker on the return.
Well, now we'll see what the defense has to offer. You know, after your offense goes down and scores and able to tie this game up, you're going to try and, you know, see what your defense can do to maybe force a 3 and out in this situation.
Well, 2 turnovers already in the contest for Armstrong on offense. Their points came on special teams. They come out tied 7-7. Handoff goes to Sherwood. Sherwood looking for room in the middle. Will find a little bit. And again, a really big offensive line able to get him about 4.
Yeah, good. I mean, you see the blocking in here. Just a nice job by that offensive line for Armstrong, opening up a bit of a hole. Now picking up 4 yards.
On 2nd and 6, Breitbach on the keeper. The Cardinals were ready.
Maybe a yard.
Bent back by Chase Alexander after the initial hit by Caleb Ness. Austin Alexander, excuse me.
Is there a Cardinal down? Oh, another injured Coon Rapids player. I can't see the number. Is it Miles Taylor? Oh no, it's Ammon.
Isn't Ammon 99?
No, that's Alexander is.
Oh, it is Matt Ammon. That would be
yeah, he seems to be getting up. He seems to be okay. He's walking off under his own power. I don't know if it was a shoulder. Just kind of adjusting that.
Big 3rd down now for Armstrong. 3rd and 5 from the 29. Breitbach out of the shotgun. Has Sherwood in the backfield with him. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Looks to the left, comes back to the right. Pass is complete. Hit by Ness. But a nice job staying with it, finding some room and getting a 1st down for Nassim Loescher.
How did Loescher stay upright on that? Just a great job of second effort.
Well, he was hit hard initially right there by Ness, but Ness not able to wrap him up. And then able to evade a couple of other tacklers and pick up a nice gain. The initial hit would have kept him in front of that 1st down marker.
Well, initial hit up high a little bit by Ness, and he's able to bounce off it.
Hand off to Sherwood. 1st and 10 from the 50. He's into Cardinal territory. A gain of 5.
You see the time remaining, 7:43. And good job up front. The hole that Sherwood had to run through, pretty big. Good job by the offensive line for Armstrong, just controlling that defensive front of the Cardinals.
Quarterback keeper. And Breitbach will pick up about 3 more. It'll be 3rd and short. Ball spotted at the 42, 3rd and 2. Pistol formation with Sherwood behind Breitbach. And now a timeout, Armstrong.
Yeah, it's an important 3rd down situation for them. 3rd and short, this part of the field.
Could be 4 down territory. But with the tight nature of the contest, it would be a decision, I think, this far out. But the Falcons have certainly showed the ability to move the football on offense.
They have, no question.
If they can protect the football.
No question. Yeah,
2 turnovers on their
key.
first 3 possessions. Here's the key, Shapiro, right
Monday night. Hey, you know, we've been on a streak of Monday nights lately that has been going well.
We're going to try and keep it going. Tune in for the latest edition live at 7:30. 3rd and 2 from the Cardinal 42. Breitbach will fake the give, keep it, run right, get the 1st down and more, cuts back, and he's got end zone in front of him. He'll get there, touchdown Armstrong. 42-yard run for the quarterback, Jake Breitbach.
You know, we talked about him in the opening. He's dangerous, and again, this the give up in the middle to Sherwood, and he's able to step over a tackler, and he wasn't going to be denied as he gained the stripe.
So Armstrong right back in front. Still 6:41 remaining in the first half. Jaeger on to attempt the extra point. The kick is up. It is good. And the Falcons lead it 14-7.
Well, nice run by Jake Breitbach. Again, look at the blocking up front right there. He's able to gain that edge, and there's nobody in that area. Joe Young could have run up that hole.
Probably not that effectively.
Or quickly. But you could have done it. You could have. I would have had faith in you.
I would not have picked up before. I would not have made it a 42-yard touchdown, but I might have been able to pick up the down. I might have been able to pick up the 2 yards for the first down.
I think you would have. 2 yards in a cloud of rust.
That sounds about accurate.
6 plays, 215 to go 76 yards. That 42-yard Jake Breitbach touchdown run to get the score for Armstrong. As you mentioned, still plenty of time left in this opening half for the Cardinal offense. See if they can answer again.
Jaeger, a good kick. Nawachi will have to carry it back into the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals will start from their own 20. That's how you prevent him from having a big return again.
Yes, is just kicking it into the end zone. Or close enough where his momentum takes him into the end zone.
Taylor spread out to the right in motion, and George is swallowed up by a gang of red jerseys. Another sack for this Armstrong defense.
And George was just sitting duck there. As you see it, he sees those red jerseys coming at him. Nothing really he can do. He can't even get rid of the football in this situation.
Loss of 7, back to the 13-yard line.
There you see the numbers, 2 of 7 through the air for 70 yards for Tyler George tonight.
Second sack of the ball game for Armstrong, but they have pressured him relentlessly.
They have. There's no question about it. And really taking him out of his rhythm.
And now Salazar dropped for a loss back to the 5-yard line. And the Cardinals have lost 15 yards on the first 2 plays. And will be facing 3rd and 25.
I think they're going the wrong way, Joe Young. Again, tried to just get a little tricky there, but nice job bringing him down.
Not a lot in the playbook for Peterson. 3rd and 25.
No, it's not. And we'll just see if they try and get a little positive yardage just to get the better opportunity for their punter.
Especially after the troubles they've had with the snaps. Salazar, the man in motion. Handoff goes to Miles Taylor. Puts his head down and tries to get as much as he can. That's about 3 yards. And the Cardinals are going to go 3 and out after going backwards.
Yeah, not a good series for Coon Rapids offense. But give credit to the defense for Armstrong. They did a nice job of pressuring.
And now their offense is going to have good field position again as
Dacian Francis made the tackle for Armstrong.
And Tyler George back to punt. And remember, Breams injured after the interception.
We've seen
so Breams out of his own end zone.
We've seen both Cardinals missing a player. They got to make sure that they
return man Joma Norman standing at the Cardinal 40, and George gets a boot. He'll back up and make the fair catch at the 47. But they will start in Cardinal field position, Cardinal territory.
Nice job by him to get that fair catch that ball, because if it got over his head, that would have bounced away and would have been much tougher offensively for Armstrong, but great field position to start this drive.
And they get it back quickly after the touchdown by Breitbach. Put them back in front 14-7. Bowman, the man in motion. With time, Breitbach throwing over the middle, picked off by McMahon. McMahon's got blockers, and he's got a bunch of white jerseys helping him down the left sideline. Still moving. Touchdown, Coon Rapids. Wow. We're a point after away from another tie game.
And you talk about what an interception by McMahon. I mean, he was just able to pick that ball out. Third pick of the year. And none bigger than that one right there.
Cardinals needed a spark. They get one here from their defense. McMahon again sitting in zone. And I don't know if Breitbach didn't see him, didn't expect him to make that athletic a play, but he did. McMahon takes it back to the house.
Boy, I mean, you talk about after that failed offensive drive for the Cardinals, putting Armstrong in pretty good field position. Boy, a turnaround there.
Kick is up, it is good, and we are tied again at 14.
We'll see it again. Breitbach looking for a receiver, and I think that it's just the athletic of play of McMahon, able to pick that ball out of the sky and bring it in, and then a nice run. He had a caravan in front of him. He was also, like Miles Taylor, was not going to be denied to find that stripe.
So the Cardinals with a defensive touchdown, the Falcons with a special teams touchdown, and each getting one from their offense as well. A lot of twists and turns in this opening half, and we have a tie ball game, 14-all. With 3:53 remaining in the second quarter. George to kick it away, low kick, bounces, and we've got whistles. Let's try again. Coverage team got a little over anxious, so we'll back up and try it from the 35.
Well, they want to make sure they got a good jump off the ball. A little too good.
Kick taken from the 15-yard line. There's a good hole there for Lozier, but he was tripped up as he crossed the 30. Still a good return.
Getting pretty good field position to start this drive, but you're right, tripped up. But they can talk to an official about something he wasn't happy with.
So 1st and 10 from the 34 for Armstrong. They still have a couple of timeouts remaining. Tie game. Breitbach with a couple of backs out of the pistol. Fakes the give to Sherwood, keeps it, gets around the left, now throws it back. And a big hole for Bowman. He's into Cardinal territory to the 45-yard line.
Well, they like that play. It's the second time that they've used that, the lateral.
Well, and again, you know, you fake the give. Cardinals bit hard on the fake to Sherwood, and he had room. He could have had a nice gain around the left room, Jake Breitbach, but then he throws it backwards to Bowman, and Bowman with speed and good blocking in front of him. Breitbach in some trouble and now taken down after a gain of 4. A little bit of a broken play.
Well, McMahon's a little slow to get up. Seems to be okay. Big hit at the end of that.
McMahon.
Yep, big hit at the end by McMahon. Is again, he's going to just turn it upfield.
Four-yard gain sets up 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, fakes the give again to Sherwood. Big hole in the middle for Breitbach. He's got a first down to the 27.
Well, and that's what they were doing earlier, just able to pick up good chunks of yardage. Breitbach doing a good job of just cutting up that middle. You saw the Cardinal defender thought that Sherwood had that football.
14-yard gain. And the Falcons knocking again. Fake the give again, and again right up the middle goes Breitbach, and that big offensive line opens great big holes. They've got another first down to the 16. Gain of 11.
Can you have to be so concerned about Sherwood, but Breitbach doing a nice job of just cutting it up the middle. And we talked about moving the ball. 11 carries, 87 yards, and a score for Jake Breitbach, and we've got 2:06 left remaining in this opening half.
Falcons will get the ball to start the second half. Fake the give again, this time trying to get around the right side, and does. Cuts back, and he's stopped just shy of the goal line into 2.
They missed a holding call. We're going to see it. We're going to see. I don't know where you see it in our picture.
It's only holding if it gets called.
Yeah,
first
it was
and
a
goal
call.
from the 2. Handoff goes to Sherwood. He's going to be stopped for no gain.
So they give to Sherwood. Good job by the Cardinal defense stepping up. It was Austin Novella and Shane Vadnais in on the tackle for the Cardinals.
2nd and goal. Fake the give. Breitbach on the keeper. Ness is going to drop him for a loss back at the 5.
Actually, that was Brown. Jordan Brown in on the tackle. Nice job, athletic move by Brown, able to keep him from gaining that edge. You see number 6 coming into your picture. Around the waist, brings him down, puts in the 3rd down situation.
Big 3rd down and goal situation here for the Falcons.
Calls
and they're going
timeout.
to take a timeout. 34 seconds remaining.
The nice Cardinal defense can try and hold him here. Not a lot of time left. Keep him out of that end zone. They have a couple of opportunities to hit 3rd down to try.
Well, and then again, in a game that's been this tight and kind of this weird, if you don't make it on 3rd down, do you send out the field goal unit?
Well, we'll see. We'll find out if he doesn't make it in 3rd.
Harley Schultz, the stat man extraordinaire. 3 for 3 is Jaeger this year. His long of 37 yards, well within his range.
Well, they got to run 3rd down first,
But
and then
yes,
we'll make that decision.
I was just going to say, but that only matters if they don't make it to the end zone here on 3rd down. 3rd and goal from the 5.
You saw last-minute instruction from Mike Weber, defensive coordinator for the Cardinals.
My instruction would be watch number 19.
Yeah, don't let him score.
He likes to keep the ball.
He does.
Out of the pistol. Breitbach fakes the give, rolls to his right, now throws, passes incomplete.
Well, Joe, now we'll find out. On 4th down, I think they're going to kick the field goal.
Pass intended for Nathan Patullo.
Well, he had it in his arms, just couldn't bring it in.
So on 4th and goal, they will bring out Jaeger to attempt what would be a 22-yard attempt.
Chip shot.
Kick is up. It is good. And the Falcons have a 17-14 lead with just 25 seconds remaining in the half.
Well, you know, that's a win for the defense. It kept them out of the end zone. Pleasant evening here in the wonderful city of New Hope.
Actually, I think we're in Plymouth.
Are we in Plymouth?
Yeah, we're
I
on the
think
west
we are in
side of
Plymouth.
169.
That's true. We are in Plymouth.
We were speaking with all the Plymouth police
But
officers.
I saw a couple of New Hope police officers as well. So, regardless, right on the border of New Hope.
Yeah, I noticed they were asking for your autograph. A couple of the Plymouth police officers this time,
No.
not for
They're checking to make
their
sure.
ticket, but
Yeah. That'll be the day.
Jaeger going onside, and it's not going to make it 10 yards, and they're going to give the Cardinals the ball in their end, but only 25 seconds
Yeah, not a lot
left.
of time. Can you get a quick strike? And if you're the defensive coordinator for Armstrong, you just keep everything in front of you. On the key, well, if they're gonna go for it, we'll see. But if they're gonna go for it, protection up front's got to be really good. We've seen a big push defensively for Armstrong here tonight.
Well, the Cardinals have not thrown the ball a lot.
Nope.
They did connect for the one big 48-yard reception by Kenny Nwachi.
Well, I think you got to look for number 1 too if you're the Cardinals.
Straight drop. George rolling to his right, has some time, steps up, now throws, pass is picked off, and guess who? It's Mekhi Besic again, and he's going to be driven out of bounds.
Yeah, not a
At
lot
the
on
40.
that throw.
Having another nice ball game.
Yeah. And again, just trying to
You saw
get
George
it to Nwachi,
get hit
but
as he was getting rid of the ball.
yeah, Brown, the 2 defenders on Nwachi. We'll see what with 13 seconds left here and pretty long field in front of them. We'll see if they just decide to take that 3-point lead to the break, or if they want to see if they can add some additional points in a very short amount of time.
They will start 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Patullo, the man in motion, shifts to the left. Fake the give to Sherwood. Breitbach swallowed up in the backfield by Taylor. A loss of 3.
That'll do it.
And that will do it for the first half. It's been a wild first. And Armstrong will go to the locker room up 17-14. We'll take a break. Be back with first half stats and highlights after this. You're watching live high school football on CTN.
We've seen a whole different new part of excitement, both with the city of Coon Rapids and with all of our community members in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
Facilities are linked to learning. It is really important for the kids to be in an environment that shows that and puts all of that together.
Coon Rapids in particular, we have a number of buildings that were built in the 1960s, and frankly, designs have changed for school buildings for a number of reasons, not least of which is the safety and security of the students.
We don't have a large gathering space. When you walk into our school, where you walk into a wall, it's not very, welcoming, and it's not secure for our evening functions as well.
The way the city is now is that the front entrance needs to be moved to a safer location.
You want the facility to feel like the kids deserve this. And we want the kids to feel like, you know what, you deserve the cutting edge, the premier facilities, and we do need some updates.
We've got a long history of asking our community to give us input about what they expect from our schools. And right now our community has told us there's a need for space, and there's really a need for safety.
Residents of Anoka-Hennepin will have the opportunity to make district schools fit for the future by addressing facility needs for students in the community. The ballot will have two questions. The first question would provide funds for operating expenses to keep class sizes low and run the new spaces. Question 2 would fund construction and renovation projects to meet safety, space, and maintenance needs across the district. Voters would need to approve question 1 in order for question 2 to pass.
We are standing in front of one of our two portables. This is the larger of the two. The smaller portable is actually a third grade class, so we have an entire class of third graders that are not with their grade level. The building itself is in need of repair. We have critters that have lived under this portable. Inside the portable, it's not a level floor. Our science teacher has quite a few challenges trying to keep things on the table and not roll off the table.
Media centers from the 80s, from the 90s, even from the early 2000s should look different than they do now, specifically in relation to how we infuse technology to support our learners.
We need modern buildings that fit with modern learning. The school buildings are central to how people think and feel about their community.
The tax impact for the average Anoka-Hennepin homeowner would be about $11 per month. Get the facts about the referendum by visiting the district website and make sure to vote on or before November 7th.
Aquatic invasive species are the biggest threat today facing our lakes and rivers and our ability to use and enjoy them.
All across the state, aquatic invasive species are having devastating impacts on our lakes, rivers, and streams.
Our way of life and who we are as Minnesotans would be lost if these things get into our lakes and streams.
Our fishing guides are on the water daily, hopping to a number of different lakes throughout the season, and aquatic invasive species have become a major problem.
We need to do something. Every citizen needs to participate in preventing the spread.
Brushy, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Brush. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Look and have your toothbrush and a cooking brushy. Brush your teeth. Good job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brush with a grown-up every day.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. That single ember can ignite and destroy your home or even your community. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers to help us better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
Back at Armstrong High School, a 3-point game as we reach the half. Falcons with a late field goal to take that 17-14 lead and a pretty wild opening half. We saw a little bit of everything. We saw defenses standing tall, forcing 3 and outs. We saw a defensive touchdown. We saw a special teams touchdown, and we saw a couple of offensive touchdowns as well.
It was a fun first half, but there were a lot of mistakes really by both teams, quite obviously. The interceptions by, thrown by Breitbach and really the penalty situations for Coon Rapids in that first half, some that moved them back and really took them out of any kind of a rhythm and operation there for their offense. But the Falcons take that 3-point lead in it, and they get the ball to start the second half. Defensively, they'll have to step up and see if they can get them a quick 3 and out to get their offense back. It should be fun.
That will be key, is what they are able to do on their opening possession. Falcons were moving the ball well on their first possession of the game, but then the fumble and then a little bit of a scare there. Yeah, that was on a bad snap and men downfield. And the interception by Breams, and unfortunately on the tackle was hurt. The blocked field goal scooped up and returned 85 yards by Makai Bessick for the score. Miles Taylor just under a minute later with a nice touchdown run, staying elusive, diving for the pylon. And then Breitbach, a 42-yard scramble for the end zone. That's why we talked about him at the beginning. He's the one that's touching the ball every snap. And a lot of times he's calling his own number, but then the huge interception return by Deion McMahon. Look at all the numbers down field in front of him. Got to the end zone, and then at the very end, in the final 30 seconds, a 22-yard field goal by Jager to take the lead. And on the final, essentially the final play of the game, an interception by, again, Makai Bessick.
Well, now you take a look at the numbers offensively, obviously on the ground for Armstrong, 151 yards, 179 total yards offensively for the Falcons in that first half. Just 13 yards rushing for the Cardinals, and I think that's the most surprising for me.
That's got to be a concern.
It does, because we talked to Mel Edwards before the game. He says, we're going to get back to what we do, and that's pounding the rock, and they did not pound the rock in that first half. They'll have to try and get back to that. And just three first downs on offense for the Cardinals, too. I think, and then we talked about turnovers. The story of that first half, 3 for Armstrong, 2 for Coon Rapids. And those are things that both coaches will try and have their guys clean up here as we start the second half.
Yeah, certainly too many turnovers for either coach's liking, but a tight ball game, which is what we expected. Remember, the Suburban Blue title could be on the line. The Falcons would certainly be the champions should they win, because they would then be 3-0 in division play. Cardinals still have Hopkins next week, but a win here would put them on track to be victorious and claim a title. We still got a lot more to come. Third quarter coming up next on CTN.
can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Back at Armstrong Field, ready to get the second half underway. The Falcons a 17-14 lead on a 22-yard field goal by Jaeger in the final 30 seconds of that first half. Certainly the Armstrong offense has had the better day of the two offenses.
Well, you look at the stats in that first half, much better day. Well, on the ground, obviously, not much through the air.
Tyler George kicks it away. The second half is on. The return from the 15. A nice return for Lozier along the right sideline, forced out of bounds at the 36.
A good field position for Armstrong to start this drive. And we talked about it at the break, Joe. Big series for the defense. They'd like to come out and just take a little momentum away.
Well, they got a heavy dose of the quarterback keepers.
They did.
In the first half.
I'm sure you'll see more of that here in the second.
Jake Breitbach has been impressive. Starts out of the pistol with Sherwood behind him. This time the give to Sherwood and a nice hole up the middle. A gain of about 7 out to the 42.
So just a quick give. And a nice burst. Obviously a good little hole opened up by the offensive line, but a nice burst by Sherwood.
2nd and 4. Handoff goes to Sherwood again, and he's going to gain a yard, maybe 2. It'll bring up 3rd down.
No, big 3rd down situation for the Cardinal defense. See it again, just a nice job. That hole closes quickly. Austin Alexander on the tackle for Coon Rapids.
Keeper by Breitbach again. Brown gets a hold of him, trying to get him down, and does. A loss of 2. Jordan Brown got the hands on him and just was not going to let go. Breitbach nearly broke free.
Again, that defense thinking that Sherwood had the football, but Brown making sure, as you mentioned, along with Vadnais coming over and finishing him up.
Loss of 3 makes it 4th and 5. Jaeger on to punt. He'll be standing at his own 27-yard line. McMahon, high snap, but he's able to bring it down. Good high end-over-end punt. Cardinals will clear out. And it'll take a Cardinal bounce and be down to about the 32-yard line.
Well,
so good stand for the defense. They needed the 3 and out.
Yeah, definitely say defense did what they needed to do to start this second half and give the ball right back to their offense. Well, we saw Roland Green go off a little bit in that first half. He's limping a little bit, but he is back out there at left tackle. There you see the numbers for Tyler George. 2 of 8, 70 yards. Had that interception at the end of the half.
So 1st and 10 from the 31. Under center, George hands off to Miles Taylor. Moving the pile out close to the 35. A gain of about 3.
You know, offensively, Cardinals just go back to really what's worked for them typically this year. Trying to establish that run.
On very few times in that first half were they able to open up big holes for their guys to run through. And then again, a number of negative running plays that amounted to the first half rushing totals under 20 yards. 2nd and 7. Wants to throw. Pass is incomplete and nearly picked off. Besic came over and nearly took it out of the air, and that might have been another one where he's end zone bound.
Yeah, that's fortunate.
It's rare that you see Nwachi miss that ball.
Now
now a 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and long situation for the Cardinals offense. Did not want where they wanted to be here, but we'll see what the staff calls here. Nawachi won that one catch for 48 yards tonight, but he's had 5 targets from Tyler George.
2 receivers left. Brown will move in motion and go join him. Rolling to his left is George under pressure, and he's sacked for a huge loss. Back to the 20-yard line, a 14-yard loss. And we've got a flag, and it's going to be unsportsmanlike against the Cardinals.
Well, Tyler George, yeah, I mean, that's foolish. That's foolish. You can't do that. You're going to get caught every time.
And so the Cardinals' first possession goes backwards a lot.
Yeah, they went the wrong way.
And they're going to put it all the way back at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, you're a team leader. You can't do that.
So on 4th and 30, I think they'll punt.
And Armstrong's going to get very good field position to start this 2nd drive.
Low snap, scooped up, high, short punt. Going at the Cardinal 45 is Norman. But you talked about good field position for the Falcons.
Let's draw a test here for the defense again, with good field position for Armstrong.
4 receivers in the game for Breitbach. He's got Sherwood behind him in the pistol. 1st and 10 from the Cardinal 45. Handoff goes to Sherwood. He's met at the line, and he'll be stopped for no gain.
Miles Taylor in on that tackle for Coon Rapids. Again, just the give to Sherwood.
Breitbach out of the shotgun this time. Quick pass, complete on the left side to Andrew Stoker. He spun around and down at the 31, but a 1st down for Armstrong.
Again, just a quick throw to the outside. Going to pick up that 1st down. Going to get past Silla, but Offerdahl is going to bring him down. Sherwood having a little issue with his equipment. Or if one of our officials. I mean, isn't that an issue where they should pretty much put him on the sideline and
I was
fix
going
it
to
there?
say, I'm surprised to see the official taking
like
care of it, not sending him to the sideline. I mean, if it's an equipment issue,
yeah, get him off.
Then he should leave the field. It's just rare. It's rare that you see. I'm not sure exactly what the issue is, and now they will send him off. Not able to get the snap, buckled, and now they will send him off. So 1st and 10 from the 32. Leandre Gates takes his place, and he gets the carry. And he breaks through after initial contact, dives forward for a gain of about 5.
Yeah, it looked like it had him stopped for a short gain, but just nice job of keeping his feet moving. Is there a flag? Did they just throw a flag? They did.
It's on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, we'll see it theirs.
And it's going to be unsportsmanlike the other way. So instead of 2nd and 5, it'll be 2nd and 20.
Yeah, that's a tough penalty for Armstrong to take. Moves him back. We'll see if we can see where they called this penalty. Right there.
Taunting. Fakes the give to Gates, rolls out, pass is complete. And Bowman swallowed up quickly, but a nice gain will set them up back where they were before the penalty.
Yeah,
and it'll be 3rd and 5.
Now it's a 3rd and manageable as Breitbach able to find his receiver. There's Bowman on
They
the
haven't
catch.
marked his 4th down on the sideline. On the board, it says 3rd and 6 from the 28. Out of the shotgun. Pass is complete on the left side. Stoker hit immediately and stopped at the 20-yard line, but he'll have enough for a 1st down.
Well, and Silla's playing off the ball. He's banged up a little bit too, but Silla's playing way off the ball. In fact, he was he had looked like he had gone to the middle, but he had to come back and make the tackle.
Stoker over to get a little attention on the sideline after the hit by Silla. 1st and 10 for Armstrong from the Coon Rapids 20-yard line. Sherwood back in the game, and he'll get the carry, looking for room. Won't find much. The Cardinals able to hold him to a short gain.
You see the give to him. Good job by the defense that time, just making sure they're going to wrap him up. Austin Alexander
That's a good
initially.
second effort to get any yardage at all. Alexander hit him in the backfield. So 2nd and 8 from the 18. Fake the give and a big gaping hole up the middle for Breitbach. He's tripped up as he crosses the 10. He'll have 1st and goal from the 8.
You know, what that tuck does for you is just allows you to take your defense off what they want to do. And look at the hole there, though. I give credit to the offensive line for opening up that one.
1st and goal from the 8. Handoff goes to Sherwood. He's met at the line, and a number of Cardinals there to stop him up for no gain. The whistle blew before the ball came out. It'll be 2nd and goal.
You see Miles Taylor at the bottom of that pile.
A little more than midway through this 3rd quarter. Armstrong hoping to add to their 3-point lead. Breitbach on the keeper, and he is swallowed up behind the line. A nice tackle by Ryan Garlick. Will make it 3rd and goal from the 14.
Watch Garlick come in from that position there and chase him down. Just a good job of pursuit. Going the wrong way in that situation.
Out of the shotgun. Breitbach hit as he throws. Bowman, the catch in the end zone, touchdown. What a catch by Ty Bowman.
Wow, and Breitbach, as you mentioned, hit as he threw that football.
Hit hard, too.
We'll see it again, but right in the back of the corner of the end zone.
He put it in a perfect
watch him get
spot.
hit, but just released the ball. That was a nice catch.
Put it right where only his receiver could get it. Gave Bowman a chance to go up and get it. That's exactly what he did. The kick by Yeager is up and good. And it is a 24-14 lead for Armstrong.
Yeah, nice drive by the Falcons, able to cap it off with that throw from Breitbach to the back of the end zone to Bowman. But he just made a really nice adjustment, nice catch on the ball.
And now the Cardinals will need to respond on offense.
Absolutely, down by 10. Plenty of time, obviously. 5 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. 3 catches, 35 yards to score for Bowman tonight.
I think he's watching. He's showing in the replay on YouTube CTN.
I do. I really do.
It was a great catch by Bowman. It puts the Falcons on top by 10. Yeager to kick it away. Good high deep kick, and it'll go into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback again.
That's a weapon. You know, you can kick that ball to the end zone. You don't see it a lot in high school ball, but Yeager's got a good leg. There you saw the see the drive. 10 plays, 4 of 11 off the clock to go 45 yards. That 14-yard reception from Breitbach to Bowman, the back corner of the end zone to cap it off.
Jake Van Holzen in at quarterback for the Cardinals. They start 1st and 10 from their own 20. Handoff to Salazar, and he is stopped for no gain, even his short loss. Oh, that was Jordan Brown on the carry.
Weston Johnson for Armstrong into the tackle.
Loss of a yard for Salazar makes it 2nd and 11. Van Holzen out of the shotgun. Fakes the give. The throw is incomplete. And he had Marshall Holland all alone down the left sideline. He hits him in stride, and that is an 81-yard touchdown.
We'll see it again to the left of your screen. Yeah, there's no defender. The defender fell down.
Big 3rd and long situation for the Cardinal offense. Fake the give. Van Holzen wrapped up and dropped for a loss in the backfield. Great penetration by the Armstrong defense, and they force another 3 and out.
Dacian Francis again on the play for Armstrong. He's had a nice night. Actually, that was Weston Johnson. We just called his name.
Now George standing just outside the end zone to punt it away. It's off a good one, and it's going to take a long Cardinal bounce and roll to a stop at the 43-yard line of Armstrong. That's where the Falcons will take over, already up by 10.
Yeah, just not a good series for the Cardinal offense there. You're giving Armstrong now another opportunity, already up by 10. Defensively, this is really an important drive, as you see with the time remaining, 3:37 in the 3rd quarter. But you do not want to give up any more points here on this drive, certainly. And defensively, Cardinals have to try and tighten up.
Keeper by Breitbach again and again. A big hole up the middle. He dives forward and will have another 1st down.
You see it again, just the tuck, the takeaway, and Breitbach able to pick up some good yardage. He has over 100 yards tonight. There you see his numbers: 18 carries, 110 yards, and a score for Jake Breitbach.
Handoff does go to Sherwood this time, reverses field, and he's going to end up with a short gain to the 45. Bring up 2nd and 9.
Again, just the give. Austin Alexander was a little slow to get up, but seems to be all right.
On 2nd and 9, again, the handoff to Sherwood, looking for room up the middle. That big offensive line for Armstrong. helps force their way for a gain of 4. It'll set up 3rd and 5.
Oh, they've done a nice job all night long, just opening up holes for these running backs and also for Breitbach. Well, Sherwood mostly, and Breitbach. Big 3rd down for this Cardinal defense.
Fake the give, Breitbach on the keeper, and he is stopped after his short gain. It'll bring up 4th and 4.
Oh, they're going to punt the ball away. The Cardinal defense comes up with a stop. Austin Alexander on the tackle for Coon Rapids.
Deion McMahon, the deep back, standing at his own 10-yard line. Yeager will punt this away near midfield. Good high punt. Fair catch taken at the 5. And the Cardinals will have a lot of field in front of them.
They do, and I mean, that's a punch you probably just have to let go. I mean, what's the difference even if they down it before the goal line? But there's a good shot that would have gone into the end zone. You start at the 20. A flag on the play. Personal foul.
Personal foul,
Yep.
head contact, and that will get him back out to the 20-yard line.
No, it's the other way. They reversed it.
Well, then it's going to be 1st and goal from the, or 1st down from the 2.5.
You don't really use it with the way where it was fielded. You don't really lose a lot of yardage there, but nonetheless.
The yardage not really the important part. Both coaches
No.
getting an explanation. And again, we go back to what we've talked about from many of the games this season. It's not just the penalties they're taking, it's the types of penalties,
Correct.
the discipline penalties.
Yeah, I mean,
the penalties, the emotion penalties you just can't have, and they come at the wrong time.
They do.
I mean, there's never a right time, but there's an absolute wrong time, and when you're already backed up into the shadow of your end zone is the absolute wrong time. Quarterback keeper for
Tyler
George, a gain of 3.
Back in, we saw Van Holtzen in that one series before, but George back in.
And I would assume that was due to the discipline penalty
Correct.
on the unsportsmanlike after he was sacked on the previous possession. But now back in under center, 2nd and 6 from the 7, handoff. And Salazar finally getting away in a nice run. Will get him away from the end zone out across the 25 to the 27-yard line.
They've been looking for that play all evening long and have not been able to capitalize. That time Salazar able to step away from a tackler and pick up some nice yardage.
Gain of 21, and yeah, he hasn't been able to get moving and get up to full speed at all. Finally able to get a decent gainer, and most likely the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1st and 10. And the pitch is behind Brown, and the Falcons cannot recover in bounds, or can they?
They do.
And they did.
I'd like to see that one again.
It looked from this angle, we're a long way away from that part of the field, but it looked from this angle that they were not able to control it inbounds, but the referees ruled they were. Oh, he came down inbounds.
He did come down in bounds. Like I said, it was a long way for us to see, but he was able to fall on it inbounds.
So when we start the fourth, the Falcons will have it a 10-point lead, and they'll have it 1st and 10 from the Cardinals 16. You're watching live high school football on CTN. So Armstrong starting with the ball here in the fourth, 1st and 10 from the 16. They run with Sherwood. He gains a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 14.
Well, that turnover way down in this part of the field, if they can capitalize, we'll push that lead up and make it pretty tough for Coon Rapids to come back, even though there's still obviously the start of the fourth quarter.
Well, the offense just 7 points in the last 7 quarters. Fake the give, Bright back on the keeper, dives forward, will be stopped at the 11 after a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 5.
See it again, just the into the breadbasket, back out.
Tried the hard count to draw the Cardinals offside. Doesn't work. Reset the offense. Breitbach fakes the give. Hit in the backfield. Still going. Looking to get around the corner. Now flips it out to Bowman. Bowman avoids a tackle. Dives and touchdown.
And again, they've seen that play. They've got to put a spy out on Bowman. They've seen that play so many times. See it again. Bowman able to take it into the end zone, and the Falcons are going to capitalize on that turnover.
Kick by Jager is up and good. It's a 31-14 lead.
Yeah, you know, that it makes it difficult now for Coon Rapids. As you mentioned, not a lot of offensive production in the last number of quarters. And just a good executed play, and Bowman able to take it into the end zone for the score. Nobody there on the wing.
You can't forget about a
guy
like that.
How many times have they seen that?
At least 3 or 4.
3 for sure.
But they've also seen number 19 take it on the run, and hard to stay by number 6 when you see 19 run by.
You have to account for that young man.
17-point lead now for Armstrong as we are down to 10:33 remaining in the game, and another big kick from Jaeger and a touchback.
Yeah, basically you eliminate that return part of the Cardinal game and make them start on a long field. There you see 3 plays, 127 to go, 16 yards. Bowman, 11-yard touchdown run.
Van Hulsen back in at quarterback for the Cardinals. Will take it out of the shotgun. Sends Nawachi in motion. Fake the give to him on the sweep and the quarterback draw. And Van Holzen, a nice run, tripped up from behind as he crosses the 30. He'll have a first down to the 33.
You see it again, just realize he's just going to step up into the pocket and take off.
Marshall Holland comes in with the play on 1st and 10 from the 33. Blitz is coming. Van Holzen avoids the pressure. He's going to get some positive yardage out of that, and that was just heads-up play by the Cardinals' young quarterback to get across the 35 to the 36, a gain of 3.
Yeah, but he holds that football. Watch him hold that football out. He's got to make sure he protects it. As you take a hit, you're gonna lose that ball. He's able to tuck it away when he realizes he's going to get contact, but you got to make sure you protect the football.
Second and 8 from the 35. Play action. Van Holzen will now throw to Salazar. He's hitting the backfield, still on his feet, but he'll be swarmed under and lose about 4 yards.
That'll make it 3rd and long. Again, that didn't fool this Armstrong defense. Cardinals 1 of 7 on 3rd down.
Tough to have a successful night when you can only convert 1 of 7 3rd downs. Van Holzen pressured, scrambles to the right. He'll take it on the run. He's got room. He's got a first down and a lot more. Hit hard along the sidelines,
and he's hit out of bounds.
All kinds of flags flying.
We'll take another look at that. Nice run by Van Holzen. Is he able to turn it upfield?
Well, he's definitely got speed.
Gain the edge.
There's no question.
And we'll see where they call that penalty, because we'll see it again. It's maybe a little better angle of it. Oh, he's out of bounds. Yeah, he was hit out. As he stepped out, he was hit.
A lot of discussion along the far sideline. Flags flew from several different officials. Well, it's clearly not a cut and dry call. And I think we may have multiple penalties. Coach Edwards asking for an explanation based on the body language. Cardinal.
Personal foul both directions.
I was going to say, you could tell by the body language along the sidelines from the Cardinal coaches that they weren't exactly in agreement with what the referees were discussing, but
we're going to see on
Marshall Holland right here. It's going to be flagged for the Cardinal personal foul, and then you saw what they call late hit out of bounds. The question is, when did the penalties occur? They occurred at the end of the play.
Well, yeah, well, definitely. Well,
so does it wipe out? Watch his feet.
There's the one by Holland.
And they both kind of happen at the same place. Are they just going to replay the down? They're going to move them all the way back to the 32. And I don't agree. I don't agree. How do you?
There I am.
Is that the Shapiro? I disagree. It was at the end of the run.
I don't like that call.
Well, you have to call it. You have to call it where it is. It's already it's at the end of the play. It is not during the play. It did not assist the run. I understand if you want to call them offsetting, but that's.
But to bring the ball all the way back and have them redo the get.
Then you're only penalizing one team.
You're absolutely. Head scratching.
I don't know that the referees even know what to do.
Yeah, well, so now one of the referees is pointing a little further downfield.
See, now, if there is no late hit out of bounds, let's just say there's no late hit out of bounds, you call Marshall Holland for an unsportsmanlike.
Right.
You call it 15 yards. You call that at the end of the
that play. Absolutely.
That doesn't bring them back to where they were. I don't understand how they decide that this should replay the down.
I don't get it either.
That's a huge benefit for Armstrong. I mean, you just.
Well, yeah, you just wiped out that play.
You wiped out a huge game, and your penalty essentially meant nothing. And Van Holsen under pressure, in some trouble, trying to find a lane to run through, and he's going to be down, and the Cardinals are going to have to punt.
Yeah, I don't get that series. I don't get that call at all. I'd like an explanation, but nobody's going to give me one. And not a lot of room. He's fortunate there that he didn't lose yardage at that point, but no room to run at any point. There you see the time remaining. Clock is ticking.
Punt by George will roll to a stop at the 37-yard line of Armstrong. Yeah, I would be very interested in the explanation that Coach Edwards got.
I will have to talk to Coach Edwards when we get an
opportunity. If it happens at the line, okay? If it happens at the line and the play, moves forward from there, I understand it. It happened at the end of the play. Both fouls happened after the play. That's why Hollins was considered to be an unsportsmanlike, right?
I would think.
Because the play was over. How? I don't know. I'm so confused right now. Not that it takes a lot.
Well, no. That and shiny objects get you going.
Gain of 8 will make it 2nd and 2 from the 45. Handoff goes to Sherwood. Nice hold. He's got a first down. Great second effort will get him about 4 yards into Cardinal territory.
Oh, they threw a penalty for giving a first down signal. I think they threw the flag on him.
What?
Well, yeah, he signaled the first. We'll see what they call, but
well, if that's unsportsmanlike.
Yeah,
I don't want to be sportsmanlike.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
It's all right. You
so
can't
bizarre.
even give a first.
No.
I mean, there wasn't. unless he said something, which we obviously can't hear.
Well,
but I don't know. No celebrating. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 38 of Sherwood on the carry, running straight up the gut. And he'll gain 5, maybe 6 yards. It looks like they'll mark him out to the 44.
You know, it took me this long to figure this out, but do you think the big guys in front of him, Sherwood, they're called Sherwood Forest?
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
You're just pissed you didn't think about it.
Yeah, right. Second and 4 from the 44 for Armstrong. Breitbach will hand it off to Sherwood once more. This time the Cardinal defense stands tall. They are going to give him a yard.
Yeah, in the meantime, the clock continues to move. Approaching the 5.5-minute mark.
Well, and yeah, at this point, Armstrong will be careful, control the ball.
Yeah.
They know that that's all they need to do to secure the Suburban Blue Championship.
Has to delay a game.
Yep, it is. So instead of 3rd and 3, it'll be 3rd and 8, and that will change things a little bit. Again, they're just trying to burn the clock. A lot easier to do it if you're not getting into 3rd and long situations.
Well, with the way they've run the ball tonight, you know, would certainly keep this on the ground. But you're right, 3rd and 8, a little difficult situation.
Breitbach on the keeper, now wants to throw. Pass is complete underneath, and a good job breaking the tackle to gain the first down.
Got to wrap him up.
For Nathan Pertula.
Oh, they mocked him short. I thought, unless he stepped out of bounds. Let's see if he stepped out. Oh, he stepped out of bounds.
So it'll be 4th and 1. Keep the offense on the field. They try and drive the Cardinals off, and now a timeout. Your running game has been plenty successful.
Yes.
But that's a big risk if you go for it and come up short. Now, at the same time, it's less than 5 minutes remaining. You're up 3 scores.
I'd go for it at that point.
I would too. If you're only up 2 scores, I think you punt. When
But
you're up 3,
why not?
And your defense has been so good.
And you know, Cardinals haven't scored any points here in the second half, and they're just not.
Well, the Cardinal offense only has the 1 score.
Oh, I was going to say that the offense just haven't been able to generate much.
I predict a Jake Breitbach keeper.
Makes sense.
Well, if that's what you're predicting, I'm going to say it's Sherwood up the middle.
Makes sense.
Okay, we got a couple of votes for quarterback. We got a couple of votes for Sherwood. Breitbach has certainly been their biggest weapon all game long. Handoff does go to Sherwood. He does have the first down into Cardinal territory to the 49-yard line.
Oh, and then they cannot continue to let that clock roll. Big hole again opened up front. We talked about that offensive line for Armstrong all night long. They've been doing such a good job controlling at the point of attack. And those big guys up front, they're using that muscle and that meat to push the defense out of the way and open those holes.
Fake the give. Breitbach up the middle. He's going to lean forward to the 46, a gain of 3. And we've got a Cardinal just tying his shoe. I was worried he had another Cardinal down there. It was a Offerdahl.
Yeah, we've had a few Cardinals, unfortunately, had some injuries here tonight.
Nate Breams
on
over
crutches.
on the sidelines on crutches. And the Falcons just a couple more first downs, and they can seal the deal. Handoff goes to Sherwood. He's stopped in the backfield, and he'll lose 3. Miles Taylor and Caleb Ness first to the ball carrier.
Here's just Alexander and as you said, Miles Taylor. You see Breams on the sideline on crutches. Hate to see that.
So here they are again with another 3rd and long situation. 3rd and 9 from the Cardinal 48. High snap. Breitbach able to get it back, but then swallowed under. A big loss. Back to the Armstrong 48.
See it again. Not able to control that football. Vadnais and Ammon in on the tackle.
And now they will punt it away. Yeager out, standing just inside his own 35. High spiraling punt taken by Brown at the 12.
That's McMahon.
Okay, taken by McMahon at the 12, and he's able to get back out near the 20. 2:04 remaining here in the 4th quarter. The Cardinals trail by 17.
They will drop their 2nd in a row.
And now just a short week remaining before the regular season finale next Wednesday. They will host Hopkins.
Now, Hopkins had a tough year as well, and maybe an opportunity that the Cardinals can get well against.
Pitch goes to Salazar. He'll gain 3.
You see Salazar trying to find that Weston Johnson, to making sure that he wasn't going to pick up additional yardage.
Three receivers left. Van Holsen out of the shotgun. The handoff goes up the middle. And Salazar is out to the 25. A gain of 3 will set up 3rd and 4.
Well, the Cardinals will have to regroup after a loss. Not a happy sideline over there across from us.
Well, and I think they rightfully so should be stunned at how ineffective their offense has been the past few weeks. Big hole, and Salazar turning it on. That'll improve his numbers. Long run into Armstrong territory, out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
I mean, that's what
Gain of almost 50.
That's what they've been looking for in the last couple of games, and they just haven't found that from Salazar. And, you know, give credit last week to Chanhassen, that defense up front limiting what they wanted to do. And Armstrong here doing a good job defensively. That time Salazar able to turn the corner and pick up some good yardage.
50 yards on the carry.
That improves the numbers. 10 carries, 76 yards.
Almost tripled his offensive production on one carry. Salazar will get it again, and this time another nice hole. Going to be stopped after a gain of 9.
Good work up front.
This could be the final play of the game as we're down to the final 10 seconds. 2nd and 1 from the 16. Van Holzen under center, fakes the pitch, rolls out to his right, looking, sets, throws, incomplete.
That's it.
And that'll do it.
And that'll drop the Cardinals to 4-3, 5-2 for Armstrong on the season. And as you mentioned, that's going to give them that Blue Division title.
And hats off to the Falcons. They had just a 3-point lead when we got to the half, and they came out, controlled the second, took advantage of the opportunities that were presented, and they get a solid victory, 31-14. We'll take a break, be back to wrap things up from Armstrong High School right after this.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes twice a day. They have the time.
Yes, I am. Give it to him hard. No, now.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
You're on your way to meet up with friends, but you can't seem to get anywhere quickly. You don't want your friends to be annoyed, so you text. You're on your way. Five seconds is the average time your eyes are off the road while texting while driving. Make sure you get where you're going.
Back at Armstrong High School, the Falcons, a 31-14 win over Coon Rapids, will get themselves to this Suburban Blue title. It was 17-14 at the half. Second half controlled by Armstrong. They scored the only 14 points, but going into the final week of the regular season, and it's a short week with the final contest being next Wednesday, the Cardinals have to be really concerned. Just one touchdown from their offense in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, they've got some things to work on, no question. And as you said, a short week, they're not going to have the time probably they would like to implement something new. But Again, a well-played first half, close game at the break, and unfortunately the wheels came off. Coon Rapids couldn't get anything done offensively, and give credit to Armstrong. They did a really nice job in that second half to secure the win.
They did, and we've talked about, all season long penalties, how big a difference they can make, and they made a huge difference here tonight. One penalty, and granted, it was a strange call, but the offsetting penalties that wiped out a huge gain for the Cardinals. And if the Cardinals don't commit that penalty, they add another 15 yards onto the end of that play. A very kind of a weird call there, but a great pass as he was getting hit by Breitbach. A good catch by Bowman, and then another turnover by the Cardinals. The pitch behind Jordan Brown. And a nice job to recover it by Lionel Gates right on the sideline. And then the second touchdown by Bowman on the little lateral, getting in to complete the scoring. But look at the numbers.
Almost 2-1.
307 yards of offense for Armstrong. Just over 150 for the Cardinals, less than 100 yards rushing, and that's the second week in a row. This is a team that was putting up nearly 300 yards a game through the first 5.
Coach Weber has to be concerned about giving up 217 yards on the ground to this squad, and those are some of the adjustments that they're going to have to make. I think that the opponent they have on Wednesday is probably a good thing for them because they're not playing well, and maybe that's a game you get well on. But nonetheless, they've got a lot of things to figure out, Joe.
Yeah, Hopkins just 1 and 5 coming into play tonight. And that's who the Cardinals will finish up against. They will be back home on Wednesday, and Howie, we will be there. Before that, we'll have volleyball playoffs for you on Tuesday, and then the regular season finale on Wednesday. But tune in on Monday for all the best on Sports Night. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score from Armstrong, it's the Falcons 31, the Cardinals 14. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.